I think our clock's off. The clock's slow. The clock's slow. Wow, check it out. Where is A? What's up? Hey Ed, Vicky.
Hello. Wow.
Where do we see the chat?
I see it right here. Can you move the camera? Hello from down under.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Thanks for joining us. This is so cool. Our first chat.
Yeah, give us a second. So how do you look at it?
It'll be on YouTube. Just put your name in.
My channel.
Sugar is panting in the background. Should we pan over there?
Piggy, come here.
A well-designed sailboat table can make all the difference.
We got 1 minute to figure it out. Where's my notes? Oh.
Hi from California. We love California.
Avast ye scurvy dogs! I love it. It's the Animist channel. Animist, I love what you write. You're a really good writer. I appreciate it.
Aw, my two favorite sailing friends. Here comes
thanks,
Sugar.
Scott.
Can you?
You want to get up here, Biggie?
Yeah. Bring her in.
Want to get up here? I bet you anything she bugs out. Want to come say hi? Want to come say hi? Look. Look, buddy.
Sugar, look. Can you sit down? You gotta give her a good view.
That lasts her like.
Alright.
All right.
Ohio.
Welcome, everybody. Straight up 7 o'clock.
Put this on there.
Thanks for our first ever live chat. I don't know why, but I'm expecting them to like talk
I
back
do
through
too.
the camera. It's
I
like
know.
we're FaceTiming, but we're not FaceTiming. Can everybody hear us okay?
Focus. They can hear us.
Good. So I don't know what really prompted this idea of doing it live, but this is we'll get the business out of the way first. The D400 wind generator that we are giving away with your help. It kind of started as this idea that we're just really inspired by the bootstrapping YouTube sailing channels, just folks who are just digging deep with whatever resources they've got available and making it happen. And the truth is that we don't actually watch a whole lot of YouTube these days just because we're busy. I mean, we're making the YouTube videos, and then there's the boat work and making money and that sort of stuff.
And for a lot of the time when we were in the Caribbean, we didn't have very good internet, so we really couldn't watch.
Yeah, so we just couldn't. But there were a couple favorites that I just want to give a shout out to that gave us the idea to do this giveaway. One is a channel called Project Atticus. I don't know these guys at all personally. I'm just a fan of what they do.
Hi, Portland.
Tula's Endless Summer. Also, they've been at it for several years and just doing it all on their own. And then also a lot of folks are familiar with Sailing Uma. So they kind of gave us the idea to do this giveaway. Before we announce who we're going to actually give it to, I just want to give a whole bunch of shout outs to, these are channels that we didn't really know of beforehand. And I didn't want to make this into a competition. I contacted a lot of these channels. Some said that they just couldn't use the wind generator. They already had a wind generator. They're cruising, so some of them never even got back to us because, they're out and about. They're not even connected. But shout outs to Odd Life Crafting. They're in Brazil. These guys are fixing up a metal boat, and they've got quite a bit of work in front of them. It looked impossible with the shipping and the taxation. Salt and Tar. Check out Salt and Tar. They built this thing themselves, and I was not aware of these guys. That is a true bootstrapping all by herself. Single-handed sailor. You guys check out Single-handed sailor. This guy world by himself. It's really inspiring. He's already got a wind generator, so he didn't exactly need it. Finding Simon, and that is a list of the channels that we reached out to, and for whatever reason wasn't working. Ready to announce?
Yes.
The drum roll, and I think you guys are really, really gonna agree that this person is going above and beyond, really deserves this D400. So I'll let you announce.
Tails Sailing Chuffed.
Yes.
And she's in Mexico, and she's excited to get the wind generator.
Yeah, I was just chatting with her this afternoon. She's actually getting on a plane back to Australia for a couple weeks. But if you're not familiar with Tails Sailing Chuffed, Shetty, as you know, she's known, Captain Shetty. Hi, Sugar. You want to get in on the action?
She approves of this selection.
She does.
She's a veterinarian, so she's out there helping animals on her path and just doing a great job.
Yeah. So check out her channel and get some of the backstory. It's really, really amazing. I don't want to give away everything. She's been open on her channel about this, but she and her husband buy this old metal boat.
He was a sailor. She never sailed.
Things don't work out between the two of them, which sometimes happens. And instead of the boat just ending up as a broken dream tied up to a pier someplace, he leaves the boat. She continues on. Mm-hmm. And she's a vet. She's giving away her vet services in these third world countries. So not only is she bootstrapping, mostly by herself, but then she's paying it forward to...
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring.
It's really inspiring. She's got a GoFundMe page. We don't know her any other way than just by the suggestions you guys made. She's got a GoFundMe page.
Patreon, yeah.
Patreon, yeah. I'm assuming she's on Patreon. And we're right now making arrangements to get the D400 down.
So thank you for all those that contributed to shipping.
Yes. A lot of shout outs, a lot of thank yous.
Stephen L.
Yeah, Stephen L.
Ian M. Penny M. Corey B. Susan C. John B. Stuart H. Jonathan F. James O. Casey T. Edwin R. Richard F. Barbara A., Eduardo M., and Samuel L. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
generous.
contributing. When I had the idea, I didn't consider how expensive shipping would be. This thing weighs like 50 pounds and it's big, and I got my first shipping quote and I was like, oh man, that's harsh. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
So that's our big announcement, and since we've never done one of these live chats before, we don't really know the format or whatever. So do we...
Yeah, just ask us any questions. I'll read them off here.
Yeah, your eyesight's better than mine.
Someone wants to be reincarnated as Sugar, so that would be very sweet.
Should we talk about Sugar? How she's doing?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we changed plans in a big way this last season because Sugar went from kind of limping a little bit around January, February, to some breathing problems and just arthritis that's just kind of took over her body.
Yeah, no real energy for any kind of big exercise, and now even just walking up to the trampoline to go to the bathroom is a little hard on her.
Yeah,
but she can totally do it.
Yeah, she's 14 years old, and she's got a whole cocktail of medication, and we're super duper in tune with Sugar and how she's feeling, and I would say that mostly she's a pretty happy girl.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell the joints, like all of us, I guess, just achy, and not all of us.
But we're with her 24/7, so she's happy. So someone asked us, where are we heading next? Something we talk about daily.
No, we never talk about this subject, do we? I'm fairly certain on what we're up to next. We're going to swing down through the Caribbean and head west. We're going back to the Pacific. We started in the Pacific in 2001,
Yeah.
2,
Two.
and we're just going to head west. We're thinking the South Pacific.
Yep. So let's see if I get some of these questions. When are we going to take charters, and when can I charter Clarity with you guys? That's funny because last year, about this time, we thought we were going to do charters last season, and we decided not to because of Sugar.
Yeah,
She's always
she rules our world.
So,
But that's a really good question. A lot of you guys probably know that we're not doing Patreon. But we're also not retired or anything. We're not independently wealthy or something like that. So we are always thinking about money making opportunities.
Yeah. And chartering, we think, would be really cool. So you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't know when.
Invites out to you. I think it'd be really cool to do something that was not just a pleasure cruise, but it was like, I also don't want to say it like a teaching charter, but get into navigation, get into weather.
Or maybe going from point A to point B instead of staying in one spot.
That'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely open to that.
So will we be at the Annapolis Boat Show? That's another thing we talk about daily. I just talked to a pet sitter yesterday and asked her if she could come sit for Sugar while we were gone for that. And this pet sitter's busy, but we are still looking into that.
What would be really helpful?
What?
If you guys could give us some feedback. Anybody who has been to the Annapolis Boat Show, just kind of tell us in a comment or on our Facebook page, why we should go. I mean, we're not much for boat shows. We don't buy a lot. We're not in the market for a new boat. But we've heard from other folks that it's a really big deal. And so if you could kind of sell us
And
on
it would be fun to meet people. So
it'd be cool to meet you guys too. And also, that's another question I have is how do you arrange to meet people? Do you just bump into them at the boat show, or?
We don't know anything about it, so.
We obviously don't know what we're doing.
Any comments on that would be great. So someone asked, their biggest question is when you go cruising with a family, what's the ideal? Not quite sure what that question means, like what kind of boat or where do you go? CBD oil for Sugar. She has been on and off some CBD oil. I think that helps. I took Victor's recommendation and got some green-lipped mussels, little chews, and she loves them. Today's day 3, so it's hard to tell if that's making any major improvement, but she's happy. So
I think Tim's question got cut off.
It's too long. Okay.
With going cruising with a family, what's the ideal boat? All right, when I talk about which boat you should get the smallest boat that will do what you want it to do, because if you go too big or bigger than you need, it's just more maintenance hassle than you need and more expense, all that stuff. So it really depends on the family, because we've met families over the years. We met a family of, it was either 5 or 6, 3 generations, all in like a 38-foot home-built boat.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. They seemed to get along really well. And then we have met other families on gigantic boats, 65-foot catamarans, a family of 3 or 4, and you're just like, all right. So I'd say it depends on your family. How much space do you really need?
I think Zatara is doing it pretty well on their 58-foot catamaran.
Yeah, yeah. If you're not familiar with sailing with Zatara, we actually met those guys.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Before they were famous. Well, maybe they were famous already. I'm not sure. I met them down in St. Martin.
That was before their channel. They had just had their monohull.
Yeah. When we put this boat in the water, we weren't getting water through the port engine, and Keith stepped in. He just ran out from the yard, and he's like, "Okay, I'll help you change your impeller." You know, Keith, you can maybe imagine him doing that. But yeah, check out Zatara. They got a Privilege 58. And that boat should suit most families.
So people are saying it's a little hard to hear us, so I guess we could get closer or bring this closer.
Yeah, yeah. Let me move my coffee.
Okay.
How's that? Are we close enough for you?
Okay. Medical plan if someone gets hurt. So we were just actually chatting with our neighbor Alan, who is a doctor.
Yeah.
And we are going to put together a little video about what you do with some common possible cruising related injuries. So we're excited to put together a little episode on how to do splints or do sutures and things like that. What you should have in your medical kit.
And he really surprised me with a couple of his answers. Like we were talking about a deep laceration that we actually saw on one of the YouTube channels that you guys recommended. This guy got I think a fish hook got him or something.
Oh yeah, I think it was like the tail or something of the fish, a huge gash on his leg.
And we were describing it.
Pacific, 10 days out from Marquesas.
And then Alan was just well, he didn't see the gash, but he was saying, yeah, they probably shouldn't have sewn that up. So anyway, he'll have some good information for us. Hopefully he joins us.
But yeah, I mean, if we were in another country, we would just utilize the other country's medical system. You know, if we're in the States, we.
If it's an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Evac is definitely required. We've had a friend that got into a bad accident in Turks and Caicos, and evac is definitely necessary for trauma.
And we do Diver Dan, which is a evacuation I guess insurance policy for pretty cheap, like $55
There's a lot of limitations on it, but evac insurance is a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so how does the hurricane affect your sailing? Do you have to keep moving around to avoid bad weather? So we came to Wilmington to avoid the hurricanes, hopefully.
It's mostly an insurance issue because if you look at what kind of mileage we can do in a typical day, most hurricanes, a lot of hurricanes that form over the central Atlantic, you have 4 or 5 days if you're in the Caribbean to get yourself out of the way. But for insurance policies, they make you get out of this window that's just north of Grenada all the way up to about Jacksonville, Florida. If you're in that box, in that window of latitudes, and you get into trouble, they're going to exercise their right to say, well, no, you weren't covered down there. So mostly it's an insurance issue. We got to get above 25 degrees north, I believe. It's 25 or 26, something like that.
31, I think? I don't know.
Maybe it's 31. Yeah. There's a latitude.
Okay, so I like this one. How does one become an Audible narrator?
That's really easy. Go to a website called, did I just spit?
Yeah.
Go to a website called acx.com. ACX. You can audition for books that producers are putting out there. I happen to have written some books, and so I just narrated them myself. I chose myself to narrate them. But if you want to get into narration, I believe you can do a 50-50 royalty split with an author.
But if you write your own book, you could get on Audible.
Of course, of course. Publishing online is easier than ever. You can go to Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP.com. That's run by Amazon. And also Audible and ACX are Amazon companies too.
And okay, what would be a good weather learning app or tutorial? I think he needs to make one. I'm pushing for that.
Like a weather app?
Yeah, like a tutorial, like.
Well, I mean, I'd really like to do one. Yeah. I got a noggin full of weather knowledge. The problem seems to be bandwidth. It seems to be finding the time to do all this because the video production takes a lot of time. Coming up with the graphics takes a lot of time.
Anybody out there want to partner with him on that?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a great eye for graphics and you can produce, on the fly and work with somebody who's very difficult to work with, which is me, very demanding boss.
Just sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I would love to do something like that.
Any charter companies that we would recommend for people to take a spin on a multi-hull?
Charter companies?
Yeah. So what was the one out of Marsh Harbor? We met those guys doing a charter on the Bali. I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't have never done a charter.
I've got an idea for folks who are interested, especially in performance catamarans. Performance catamarans. You want to learn how to sail a fast cat quickly. Gosh, I probably should have contacted them beforehand, but there's a boat called El Gato. El Gato. We met these guys somewhere in the Bahamas. They're from San Diego. We had a lot of connections with them. And if you contact me through Facebook or the website, I can pass you
And
along
probably
to
if
them.
you search El Gato, yeah, EL Gato, and I think they have a great website because they do charters.
Yeah, and they're very accomplished
They're very
sailors.
cool.
I mean, she's got a history with America's Cup, and he, I believe, may have been an Olympic sailor. I'm
And
not
they're
sure.
headed to the Pacific this March, and so they do the kind of charter where you go on the legs that they're wherever they're headed. So people that want to do that passage, maybe go through the canal, go through or go to the Galapagos.
You know, what'd be really cool is to meet up with them.
Yeah.
You know, we could have some people on board. We could
Ask
meet up with
Sugar.
them. Sugar, how long are you going to be on the crew?
Okay, so this is a very sweet one.
Hi, Piggy.
Can we give you money for nothing?
And chicks for free? I don't know.
No chicks.
Uh,
That's very sweet. We do have the contribute button or the tip jar on our website.
you have to
So-
get it's sailclarity.com/donate, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Donate.
Yeah.
If you want to just kick in for whatever, certainly appreciate
Yeah.
that. You know, we have this like ongoing like question in our minds about like Patreon and stuff like that, and the case is definitely not closed on Patreon. It's just we're just not doing it right now.
Yeah.
So
So yes,
I
you
don't
can
know.
give us money for nothing.
please, you should see the list of boat work that we've got to do
I
this
know.
off season.
So okay, let's see. Do some remote sensing and geophysical research surveys. There are university teams that would love to hire your boat and see, and you as crew. So that's cool.
That'd be great.
That'd be really cool.
Hook us up. I would love to learn. I've got a
Yeah.
master's in atmospheric and oceanic sciences, so I'm super interested in ocean
And look,
dynamics.
Black Flag Marine is splashing at the end of the month. Congratulations! We definitely hope we could catch up with you before we hit the Pacific.
Oh,
you,
that's
or you
killer.
hit it. That's awesome.
It's congratulations. I'm gonna put Sugar outside. I think she needs some air. What do you
Okay.
think?
And yes, CBD oil for sugar. Yes, we have tried a couple. The actual oil that is really goes right into her blood system. You know, on her mouth or in her mouth, and then the
No, you go.
food soluble, like that needs to be refrigerated, and those both seem to work. It does affect coordination, and since she's already struggling with that, she actually slipped off. Her back leg slipped off the boat yesterday when she was going to the bathroom. So it fell off. I was up on the bow. I grabbed her, but it scared me pretty bad, and her. We both were kind of looking at each other like, "Whoa, that almost happened." So her coordination is bad, and but I don't know if the CBD oil can affect that. They say as a side effect.
She doesn't want to go outside.
Okay.
She just wants to breathe heavy.
Well, we could put the AC back on. Well, I guess not.
No, then people won't be able to
Okay.
hear us.
So bring sugar. Yes. Well, we're gonna see how it goes. It's the cruising season really doesn't start until November, so we have some time and see how everything goes.
I hate Jack Smith's question. Thanks, Jack. What's the biggest fish you've caught?
What would you
We're such
say?
bad
like
fisher
3 feet,
fisher
like
people.
a mahi.
A mahi, 3.5 feet. I mean, that's our favorite. But we're just not serious fisher people.
I know, we need to get better.
We just don't like the bycatch. We'll snag these little what are they called? Tunings or whatever they're called. We'll snag these tunas that we don't want to eat, and then they get all wrecked with the hook when you're bringing them in. And so, unless we're really certain we're in wahoo territory or mahi territory, we don't fish all that much. We're more the spear fishing types where you can select exactly what you want to get. But yeah, Jack, we probably only eat fish that we've caught every other week at most.
Shout out to Digital Image FX. I'm so sorry you broke your back and are bedridden. That's terrible. I
man.
hope that you get better, soon. That's get back on a boat and get sailing again. That's awful. All right. What is the largest family you have seen pull off the live aboard? So that would have been Zatara, I think, with the 4 kids.
Yeah, family of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. And, when we ran into them, they were on a monohull. Now, it was a big monohull,
Yeah.
and they all seemed pretty content with it. Now they're on this monster cat, and I think everybody's got their own wing or
Yeah,
whatever.
that looks like the perfect boat for them.
Um,
So Scott's looking at a Naisna 50. We have friends that have it. Was it
that's
a
a
50?
sweet boat. Yeah, that's the
it's
50.
gorgeous.
Yeah, we like all the South African boats. Seems they're really well built and well outfitted. Mike asks, are you going to certify for scuba? Yeah, we certified for scuba back in '94. In fact, 2 boats ago, we had a scuba compressor on board, which was not very useful because we were open water certified divers, but we had always been diving with like a dive master. So we would arrive on scene at our vacation spot and we would get in the water with somebody who knew what they were doing. First couple times we got in the water off our own boat in the middle of nowhere, we were not familiar with the
And
currents.
the water was not very clear.
The water wasn't clear and we got separated, and all of a sudden the gravity of the situation really comes down on you. You
Yeah.
realize, all right, well, if something went wrong, we're screwed. So we probably spent $7,000 on putting this scuba compressor in, and we barely ever used it. So no, we probably won't put a compressor on, but we are certified if somebody had tanks that we hung out with.
Yeah. On the maintenance front, has it been really that much more to maintain a cat versus a monohull? It's a good question.
That's a good question. Yes, it's been more to maintain this boat, particularly because it was an ex-charter boat.
And it's another engine.
And it's another engine, so it's been more work overall than our previous boats. But we have so much redundancy. I mean, we've got battery redundancy, we've got engine redundancy, prop redundancy, plumbing redundancy. I mean, there's so many areas where, yeah, it's a little bit more to maintain, but if we lose an alternator, we got another one.
So Ashley from Southern Cross 2001 thinks that she's 16 and she thinks that you are 38.
Oh my God, what's her name? I love you.
Ashley.
I love you.
How old are you,
Thank
Nick?
you, Ashley.
You're almost
I'm gonna be 46. Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah, I'm counting gray
Okay.
chest hairs.
I
That's what
remember
happens.
when you didn't have any chest hairs. That's how long I remember.
Well, we've known each other since we were 11 or 12
Okay.
years old.
Okay. Would we ever take on crew? That's a great question.
Yeah, certainly. We'd take on crew. We've tried to take on crew in the past, and I would say that you've got to have an interview process that you make sure everybody's in sync.
Catamaran One Life gives us a thumbs up. Woohoo!
Catamaran One Life.
We
What's
miss
up,
you guys.
Yeah, summer's flying by.
I know. Actually, if you want to charter Catamaran One Life.
Yeah, for sure.
Bahamas. That's
Yeah, they're on this chat list that's going past
yeah.
you
Look
right
them up
now.
on Facebook. Catamaran One Life. Awesome fishermen, women, free divers. I would charter with them. Recommend them
For sure.
every day.
All right, if you're interested in free diving and you want to go spear your own fish, go out with those guys. Catamaran One Life.
Yes.
And they're just plain cool. We like them. We love
Yes.
them. Want to try try Lake Tahoe. Yeah, we used to live in the Bay Area, man. We spent some time up in Lake Tahoe. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. But that water is cold. Ear and nose hairs are next. Yeah, thanks, Manta Ray. Yeah, I know it's happening. I'm gonna get one of those nose trimmers from what's it called, the Sharper Image or something.
Bill wants to know if we're avoiding all of the dust and noise. Yes, we moved. We were right next to the construction pile of dirt sifting madness, and we moved to the end of the dock. We feel like we're in a new marina. Hi, Bill.
Hey, what's up, digital image? We love you too. Yeah, Wilmington is pretty freaking cool. We had no idea what Wilmington, North Carolina was going to be like, and it's a cute, hip little place with a lot of food nearby. The only downside is they're doing all this waterfront improvement right now, literally next to the marina.
Yeah.
And they have been
Condos.
condos. I mean, it's all going to be fantastic, but right now the dust. Whew, we had to
Yeah,
move the boat.
it was bad. Washing the boat every day. And the noise starting at 6 a.m. on Sundays, even. Just moving dirt.
I think
Literally.
the guy's getting overtime. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Nice to see you too, man. Yeah, if you only dove with a dive master, it would probably pay to get higher levels of certification, safety diver, and that sort of thing. I got to tell you, for where we're going and where we like to hang out, free diving is just fine. The more I'm at it, the longer I can hold my breath, and I don't need to go down to 80, 100 feet. I mean, most of the fun stuff's up near the surface. So.
Liesel7 asked if I use my sewing skills for other boats, like cushions and sail repairs. And I do, and I'm open to that. I love doing that for other people. I'm about to reupholster our entire salon. So
That'll be a video.
we are going to extend the cushions to make them a little deeper and then do a new color. So this probably can't see it at all, but it's a fabric called Krypton.
Have we decided?
I think so. We're still waiting for more samples, but it's kind of a light bluish green, and it's a little softer than Sunbrella, and it's really durable. So
Yeah.
we're excited. I'm going to hopefully we'll start doing that in the next week or two.
Yeah, we'll get that underway. David Gorodetsky, did I get that right, David? Have you sailed or tested the Exquisite X5? Interesting you asked. No, we have not sailed or tested, but an X5 just pulled up to the end of the dock here. It's literally like 25 feet from us right now, and it is a very, very large boat. It looks like a luxury liner.
Yeah.
The exquisite.
Okay, here's a question. What is a useful tool or gadget you could all use that doesn't exist in the market today? We're always trying to come up with ideas, but
We can't tell you our good ideas.
You just got a Leatherman. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love to
But
carry.
what's something that doesn't exist?
Doesn't exist.
Let's think on that one.
A money tree that actually sheds money.
Okay, we need to go to Utah and see Russell this winter. We've never done Utah in the winter, but we love Utah.
We love Moab.
Thank you, Russell.
We love Moab.
And Manta Ray is going to help us with some fishing tips in the South Pacific.
Good.
Or
We
the
need it.
Pacific.
We
Yeah,
need it.
tips.
We need to motivate. That's what we just got to drag those lines a lot longer.
Yeah. So Scott says bring Sugar to the Annapolis Boat Show. We need like a cart for her that she can just be like in a, you see people in like buggies with like, little kid baby buggies. If there was one made for Sugar,
Yeah.
I would love to bring her.
USN España. Have you spent any time sailing in the Pacific Northwest? Well, yes, we have. We're from Portland, Oregon. I was raised for some time in Port Townsend, Washington, and we bought our last boat in Anacortes, Washington, about as northwest as you can get in the lower 48, and we love it. The San Juan Islands, the Canadian Gulf Islands are just absolutely
I love it too. Yeah,
beautiful.
I could live up there.
If you don't need to swim in the cold water, it's just so nice.
Or if you're like Wim Hof,
No,
you
I'm
think
not
that
I can't do it.
it's good for you to get in the cold water. Hi from Sweet.
Are we gone? Hello? Hello? Are we there?
I don't know. It looks like we are. I'm like on here. Look, see? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Have we thought about getting electric motors after seeing your friends? After seeing Top Secret?
Ooh, okay. You guys want some news? Exclusive news. You're only gonna hear right here. You're only gonna hear here right now. So Rian from Top Secret is actually making a big mod to Top Secret. He has had 4 electric motors and 2 DC gensets. He's swapping out 2 of the electric motors for traditional diesels. He's going to have electric motors and 2 traditional diesels on board so that he can go faster and farther. Additionally, Rian has taken on another project. I can't really spoil it though. Hopefully we'll go down to the BVI and check up on him. But another electric yacht. If the diesels in this boat were not as in good condition as they are, I would for sure think about connecting or going with a conversion to electric. But right now, the diesel works pretty good.
Okay.
More tech videos. Okay.
Okay, wait. I like this question. What's your opinion?
Hey, Rian's on here.
Oh, Hi, Rian.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I want to come down and check out the new boat. Tell us, can we reveal what the new boat is? Rian is the owner and
Type it in,
rebuilder.
Rian.
He's the owner and rebuilder of Top Secret. So, hey, buddy. Yeah,
Tell Marie and Pepper hi.
Yeah, say hi.
Okay, what's your opinion of the abundance of sailing vlogs for profit? Nick has a vlog on that.
What do I think about it? Gosh, what can I say? I think it's amazing that people are able to create art around what they're doing and they can sustain themselves through Patreon and donations and that sort of thing. I do think
There's a lot of them.
There's
an
a
abundance of them. So people are thinking, hey, I can go.
Is that a mosquito?
I think so. I can go sailing and get paid for it, right?
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. I mean, the ones who were doing it for the love of sailing and cruising and just incidentally started making videos and sustaining their travels by doing Patreon, it seems like they come at it with a different spirit. But there is definitely, I don't want to point anybody out, there are some channels out there where it seems like it's really become a business.
Yeah.
And some of the heart is gone from it. But again, what business is it of mine?
Yeah,
I mean,
if they can make it that way, great. It doesn't. It seems like with the abundance of them, it might be hard.
It might be hard to do it.
Right.
So I would say, as long as they're coming at it with the spirit, the right spirit, I think it's great. And I don't know. I'm attracted to the DIYers, the bootstrappers, the people who are really just like doing whatever they can to make it happen. If it's a business for you, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Have we ever made it to North Main, Nova Scotia? Curious. We will cruise there when I retire before heading south. That's T. Henderson, and we really wanted to go up there this season, but someday we'll get up there.
Yeah, would love to. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Okay, yeah, it looks like we went offline, but we're back. Okay. Sugar's panting. Yes, she's a little bit warm with the AC off.
Yeah, we turned the AC off so that she could...
Wake Forest, North Carolina. Is that close to us?
I don't know.
Hello, Paige.
Oh, people are responding to Rian. Top Secret, you're both awesome.
Nice.
Okay, was the winner announced? Should we re-announce
Yes,
it? Okay, we did this at the top, but the D400 Wind generator is going to Vet Tails Sailing Chuffed. This woman is on a 37-foot, I believe it's an aluminum boat.
She's a veterinarian, and she's donating her services to animals in her area, in Central America right now.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who nominated these outstanding channels. I wish we had like a couple dozen of these to give away, but so many deserving channels. It just seemed like Sailing Chuffed. She was doing it all herself, bootstrapping, and then she's paying it forward too, and it's just like no-brainer. So
yeah.
Changing channels, Lisa. Oh, what up? No, you're not late. You're never late.
Let's see. We don't know when we'll be in Annapolis. If we do go, we would be there Friday, right?
Yeah, Thursday or Friday. We have not completely decided on whether we're going to Annapolis. We don't really have a place carved out.
Yeah.
For sugar.
Where we're gonna stay.
Or where we're gonna stay.
We're gonna camp in our rig in the parking lot.
We might do that, yeah. So if you see a brown Toyota 4x4 with a flip pack on top, that's probably us.
Yeah, we got some details to figure out.
Yeah. But, you know, we've only been to one other boat show. I think it was back in like 2001 or something like that. I'm not really a boat show person, but I've heard this one is great.
But it would be fun to meet y'all, so.
That would be fantastic,
Yeah.
is to meet folks.
Yes, Sailing Chuffed. Yeah.
Gary can't find a Leopard 46. May have to opt for a 45. Darn, another good boat. Yeah, the Leopard 46, that's what we've got, has kind of developed a cult following. It's a Gino Morelli design, HH gunboat, and this is really the only production boat he's ever designed, and he has done an amazing job.
And are you
with
going
it.
to do a video with him?
Yeah, I chatted with Gino Morelli online a week or two ago, and yeah, we're going to try and do a video about boat design. He's a master, obviously, so yeah, I'm going to try and make that happen in the next few weeks. YouTube pushes for a couple videos a week to get more views. Yeah, we're not told. We have no idea how this YouTube thing works, about what you're supposed to do to get more views, and all that stuff. I know there's a science to it, but it kind of evades us. I think doing one video a week is enough, at least for now.
Yeah.
I do have a question, though. If you guys wanted to give me some feedback in the comments, I've got some other things that I'm interested in aside from sailing. Making money, investing, trading, that sort of stuff. More on the financial stuff. I'm also a pilot, so I'm interested in aviation, finance, trading, investing, and it's stuff that I could talk about, but I don't think I really want to talk about on the sailing channel. If you guys have any feelings or ideas about that, should I start another channel?
We might be buffering again.
Oh, so we're maybe not even online. Anyway, if
Well,
you had
that's
some
a
ideas about what we should do there.
Should Nick start another channel that he can vlog about making money, financial, what?
More financial stuff.
Trading.
Trading, investing, that sort of stuff.
Flying, airplanes, and not do it on his Nick O'Kelly channel.
Right, I don't know exactly how to handle that, so if you guys have ideas.
So Johan, satellite based on board. If so, what system do you use, and has it worked well? Clearly, we're having internet problems here.
I don't even know what network we're hooked up to.
Verizon, probably.
Yeah, I think we're on Verizon, and then there's Wi-Fi here in the marina. Do we have a central router, though, on the boat? We do not. We've used Wi-Fi extenders on the previous boats. That's an antenna that's usually at the top of the mast, and then it's supposed to boost your range for Wi-Fi, and it's mostly just a big headache. It didn't give us any further range, really. So no, we just use cell phones.
So people are saying yes on the new channel. So that's cool.
So do
Thanks
start
for
a new
feedback.
channel. So don't put that stuff in the sailing
Yes.
channel. So keep this. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yes. People will watch if they want to.
Yes, financial stuff, investing, yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, cool. Well, I don't know if there's any other questions. We don't want to take all your time, but it's so fun to do this.
Oh,
and
Susan
interact.
Cooper says La Vagabond has another channel. Nick O'Kelly 2.0.
And I also have a channel, so if you go to Megan O'Kelly.
Yeah. Grant's talking about jams, JMS, are a better opportunity to meet and greet cruisers and wannabes. They sometimes occur at jams, JAMS.
At the boat
Never heard
shows?
about it.
Okay.
Oh, looks like we're offline again.
Okay, so
Are we stuck?
yeah. Okay, go ahead telling us your plans. People are still talking. Aw, Scott's missing the Megan videos. They can hear us, they just can't see us. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So someone wants to hear about the flying.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I got my pilot's license back in 93, 94. I originally wanted to be a commercial pilot and got into meteorology through that. Flying on and off different planes, all for fun, helicopters too. And anyway, just in the last, I don't know, few months, the aviation bug has hit me again. Probably has something to do with my brother and him getting into aviation, you know. So I've been flying a bit and maybe flying a whole lot more coming up. My brother's talking about buying a plane. So if he's got a plane, heck, I'm going to go fly it.
So yeah, we're frozen, but they can hear us. So
That's so weird.
that's cool.
I gotta say, I look really, really pensive
I
there.
know. I
You-
look kind of.
You look like you're, I don't know, you're bummed, man.
What do you do with the video frozen?
I don't know. Yeah, I got plenty of video of me flying. I just didn't know if it'd be interesting to you guys.
Yeah, his brother's up in Mooresville, so 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah,
He
about
also has a boat down here, so we'll see him tomorrow.
yeah. My brother's he's in Mooresville, so it's like a 3.5 hour drive or like a 50-minute flight. So we need to get an airplane so we can just go back and forth.
Seaplanes are an awesome topic.
Okay, so in the summer of '93, we went up and lived in Valdez, Alaska, and I worked for a flight service called Ketchum Air, and we flew beavers and otters, seaplanes, and it was fantastic.
Get a
It
bush
was
plane,
amazing.
Nick.
I know. Hey, has anybody seen a plane or a video called Draco? Draco? Do you ever-
She looks like she don't care. You look concerned.
I am.
LOL.
I'm definitely concerned. Now you look more concerned
I
than
do
me.
care.
Wait, here's what's weird. It's frozen in two different photos.
Ground effect seaplanes are really fire or sinking.
Uh,
Aside from those two things.
no, it'd be losing the rig. Losing the rig would probably be my worst nightmare. The rig or steering. Pirates don't bother me that much. I mean, it's not like I'm begging for trouble, but if somebody approached us with guns or something and were telling us that they were gonna take everything, I'd be like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, just hey man, if you could leave us one GPS so we can get back to safety, that'd be it. So no, the pirate thing doesn't bother me. Yeah, Draco was at EA. Okay, so that's a PZL Wilga. I almost bought a PZL Wilga back in 2007. I am into Super Stoll aircraft for sure. The Wilga, and what Mike Patty is his name, or Patty, he is just amazing what he's done with that Draco airplane. It's fantastic.
BVNJ123 wants to know how Kelly, I think that's me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm called Kelly instead of Megan. Anyway, I answer to both. How do I feel about flying?
Yeah, how do you feel about flying?
Well, I am not excited about flying in a small airplane. I have flown a lot with you in 172s,
Yeah,
182s,
little-
landed on grass airplane strips.
Yeah,
Near
we've
the
had
beach,
fun.
yeah, all kinds of adventures. I actually thought those days were behind me.
We'll stay off the grass strips, but
So yes, I'm standing by.
yeah. I wonder if I flip the camera around and back.
Zenith Aircraft are in NC.
Wait, Zenith? Like the 701? That's another plane I looked at. You remember that yellow plane that we drove forever to go look at in Colorado? That was
No,
a Zenith 701.
I blocked that out.
They're here in North Carolina? That's another Super Stoll airplane.
See if the X5 that pulled in is the one with the cruising off duty aboard.
Let me go look. I'll go look at their name.
Will you get a bigger boat or a plane or copter? Nick did learn how to, or took lessons on flying a helicopter, and he said it was the hardest thing that he's, I don't know. Hopefully he can fly his brother's plane. That'll solve that problem. Oh, thank you, Henry, or Hen9207, on my textile work. I have never tried stitching custom sails. I have repaired sails, and someone else asked me if I have an industrial sail sewing machine. I have a Sailrite LZ1, and it's, after 16 years, still doing great. That was an excellent investment, and that thing has been dropped and flown across the country and driven across and sailed. So I've put it to the test.
The X5 that's by us is called Firefly. So no, it's not that other one.
Patrick asked his wife if he could take flying lessons. She's still laughing. So I guess not. Okay, we're letting Sugar out. It's a little too hot for her.
It's getting steamy. This is so weird. This isn't much of a live video.
Have
feed, is
we?
it?
Have you thought about buying scooters for your boat when you visit marinas so you can control the lands? We would love to have bikes, real bikes, so we can actually get exercise too.
Yeah, but bikes don't last. Like we had a bike on here the last 2 or 3 seasons, and no matter what you do, they just rust to heck, and they're
Yeah.
just gone. So
But we've been walking the marina front or the actual town boardwalk every morning and evening. So we're getting a
Yeah.
lot of good exercise.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if we aren't live here with the video. Should we wrap it up? It's been 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't. Sorry about that going down.
I have no idea if we're even live anymore. It says 122 watching. Well, and the counter's still going. We'll take a couple more questions. I thought we'd do like an hour, and then we'd call it.
Okay, so Rob says, could you guys perhaps make a video about which sailboat you would buy if you were starting out today with a $100,000 budget?
Yes.
That's a great video.
That's
idea.
a great idea. In fact, you know what I was going to do is I was going to do these different budget levels and just talk about what we do with 100 grand, what we do with 200 grand, what would we do with 500 grand, what would we do with $1,000,000. And I think it'd be interesting to maybe ask some other experienced cruisers out there what they would do, you know, because we've got some experience doing this. We've had 4 boats, but it's not like we know all the boats.
Well, and does the 100,000 include like actual costs to go cruising?
Yeah,
And
what
how
would you
much-
do with
yeah.
100 grand? Okay, I'm going to assume that 100 grand was the total budget for the entire cruise.
Okay.
Here's what I would do. I would probably pick something where you don't have to do a lot of miles to get to nice conditions. I would either buy the boat down in Grenada or St. Thomas or I don't know, Nanny Key in the BVI's. I would buy a boat at a destination, Puerto Vallarta even. And I would budget for maybe 35 or 40 grand for the boat, and then estimate about 10 or 15 grand for fixes and upgrades, leaving me, 40 grand to play with. And I would spend 2 years doing that. So with 100 grand, I'd probably spend 35 to 45 on the boat. I wouldn't have more than 60 invested completely, and then I would use the remaining 40 to sail for 2 years. So that's what I'd do with 100 grand. What would you do?
Well, I don't know. I need a little more time to think about it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
There's someone said do a video about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the audio is still working, so that's good. Someone thinks that maybe the video will show up in the playback.
Oh, okay.
So we could still be going.
All right.
So put your clothes back on.
Have I put out a weather-related post? Yeah, I did one, Ian. I did some weather routing, not in collaboration with, but for Delos when they were doing their transatlantic the last time. And I think I'm going to do another one coming up.
Hello from SV Cocos.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Electric 45-foot cat.
Oh, I
Hello.
love Peter. I want to see more of the boat. I want to see what this thing is up to. I want all the details. I really want to do an electric conversion on a cat at some point. Finding the time and the money, that's another question. But at some point, I want to do that. I feel it's the future for any performance boats.
Well, we just found a Trader Joe's here in Wilmington, so we will be doing some food videos.
Yeah, right? Our provisioning stuff.
That's the place to go.
More
Wow.
weather videos, says Scott. Okay, man, for sure. I'm going to do that. More weather and routing. You got it.
Ah, can you do a video on translating cruising lifestyle back on land?
Translating cruising lifestyle.
Maybe transitioning or like...
Like, what's it like? Yeah.
Or how to maybe keep the cruising lifestyle back on land. You know, the sort of minimalism, I don't know.
That's a good question.
So in our podcast, we talked about when you go back to land, you had to adapt to land life, and it made you appreciate the small things. Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, it does. Like that's had a lifelong effect. Like even using water, just the conveniences of everything. You know, you really appreciate it forever.
Yeah, for sure. I will say this about coming back to land. When you're getting ready to go, it's this months and maybe even years long process to shed all your stuff and put what you want to keep into storage, sell what you don't want, and blah, 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 blah. and it takes months, and inevitably you end up on the boat with way too much stuff. And it's this next 6 or 8 months of just getting rid of stuff that you shouldn't have brought on the boat in the first place. But then when you go back to land life, it's amazing just how quickly you can get things set back up. It took you months or years to get rid of it, and in a matter of a couple, 3 weeks, you can have all furniture you want back in place.
Mm-hmm.
You got your car, and you can really slip back into regular life pretty easy.
Yeah.
Tacos, yeah, I love the tacos.
Yes, how to create passive income while cruising. That's what you're talking about.
Yes,
We need
that's
videos
the
on
million
that.
dollar question. Well, I don't think anything is really passive except for, like interest and dividends. That's truly passive income. But really anything, if you got a rental back home, that's going to take some effort. If you've got a business that you're still running, that's still going to take effort. If you're trading, if you're actively investing, that's still going to take effort. So truly passive income is for very few people who can live just off their dividend income and interest. But, it's absolutely possible. We're just not in that position yet.
We're working on it.
Right.
Is there any worry in the community about climate change affecting the sailing lifestyle? That's a good question. I've thought about that.
Yeah, I would say there is a lot of awareness, just about anybody who finds out that I'm a meteorologist, that we meet out cruising, this topic comes up, and everybody, inevitably, who's got experience on the ocean for the last several years says that they definitely are noticing changes that they had never experienced before in terms of currents being different, the locals,
Lack of fish.
Everybody's kind of saying, hey, things seem to be changing. Does that mean that every year we're going to have stronger and stronger hurricanes going forward? No, the atmosphere-ocean system is not that simple. That's just not how it works. Some years you're going to have less, some you're going to have more. But I absolutely think that if you look at just the sea surface temperatures off of the Gulf of Alaska over the last 8 to 10 years, there's no way that you can say there isn't something big happening. There isn't something big afoot. So,
Yeah.
but this is a huge topic. I could
Yeah.
probably rant for hours and hours about this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the community, there's definitely talk about climate change.
Will you ever go back to land or retire on the boat?
Yeah, I'd say pretty firmly that we will absolutely go back to land, and I don't know if it'll be to retire from sailing and cruising for good. We have done this 3 times now, where we go cruising, then we go back to land, then we go cruising, then we go back. So I think it's inevitable that we end up back in a house or on land.
Maybe in the forest.
Yeah, maybe we'll be out in the
I think
forest.
the
Or
Pacific Northwest.
you like the Northwest?
I do.
I'm thinking desert climates. We'll have to compromise
Yeah,
somewhere.
maybe. We like the idea of having like what is it, a Airstream? We can build a little house around it.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So, but is that the end of the sailing? And when does that happen? I doubt it's the end of the sailing.
It could be like a smaller boat, like in the San Juan Islands.
Sure.
that
I would
you-
love to
that
do.
you live on like literally 6 months of the year,
Yeah.
and then you have a small place, in Utah or something.
Something.
So who
Yeah. So
knows?
we'll definitely go back.
We're all in on this boat, which we're enjoying.
Yes.
But that was one of the things that we talked about before we bought this boat was, do we try to get something or keep our smaller boat, the Freedom 33, and then keep a land-based house
Yeah.
or home, and we chose not to do that.
Right. So we're all in on this one.
And we are enjoying it, so.
Virgin Gorda. All right,
We
Patrick.
love
We'll
Virgin
see ya.
Gorda.
Yeah, we have not been down there since Irma, so it's definitely on our list. We may make a beeline south from Hatteras down to the VIs, just to check things out. But yeah,
So what boat would we do the Great Loop on? What are our friends on Heartbeat doing?
I love these little Nordic tugs. I want a little Nordic tug. What does Heartbeat have? I don't know, but these little 32-foot trawlers I think are just fantastic. It's really just a single berth, single bath situation, but I'd love to do the loop too.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
That
lot of
does
fun.
sound cool.
Ever think about doing shark wrestling episode? That's a great idea, DJ. You can host it, my friend. Did they announce who won the Wind Gen? Yes, yes. Sorry if you're late to the party. Vet Tails Sailing Chuffed. Shetty, as she's known. Sheridan Lath. She's an Australian veterinarian who's traveling through the third world and is donating her veterinary services to pets and wildlife in need. And that on top of running the boat herself. She's a bootstrapper of the highest caliber, and we're just so happy that the D400 is going to her. You should check out her channel. That's Vet Tails Sailing Chuffed. Check her out and donate to her GoFundMe if you'd like. Yeah.
All right, we're almost at an hour here, so thank you all so much for joining us. This was a really fun experiment, and we should do it again.
Yeah, I hopefully the video gets worked out at some point.
Yeah, someone said that, I don't know what you estimated how long we would be on, because sometimes YouTube will stop.
Oh, really?
Did you estimate an hour?
No, I didn't estimate anything.
We're learning.
Yeah, we're new to this, and I just want to say one more time how much we really appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Can I go fetch that quote that we heard today?
I have it memorized.
Okay, listen to this quote.
Okay, attention is the purest and most, is it sincere? Oh, I put it downstairs. Shoot.
Wow, that's a
I'll
big
get it.
fail.
Sorry,
Stand by,
there's
everybody.
one other word I'm forgetting.
Well, basically, we just want to say that there's nothing more valuable than your attention, and the fact that you would give it to us is just
Okay, the
rarest
and purest
form
of generosity.
Yes, you guys are very generous for giving your attention to us. So we just want to say thank you so very much for joining us, for watching the channel, for all the likes and the comments, and it's just really, really fantastic. It has brought our cruising experience to the next level, and
it's really fun having you along for the ride. So
absolutely. So thank you guys so much.
The adventure continues. So thank you. Have a great night.
Have a great night,
day,
everybody.
Wherever you are.
Take care.